Well, hey y'all. Today I want to make, for our supper tonight, a pork loin. This isn't a tenderloin, it's the whole pork loin. And a lot of times most times, I will go into a grocery store and whatever they have on sale, that's what I'll buy. And I'm at the point now in my cooking life that I can come home and figure out what to do with it. So that's what I've done. I bought the pork loin, and for supper tonight, we're gonna have hash brown casserole and barbecue pork loin. And I'm hoping Mr. Patient will come join me too, so we'll see. I've got some tips to give you along the way, so hang with me and let's make some barbecue pork loin. Okay, we've got our pork loin, and I think I mentioned it was a whole pork loin a minute ago, but it's actually called a half pork loin. And this is 4 3/4 pounds of pork loin. So you could take this is a healthier cut because it has minimal fat on it if you're concerned with that, but you could take this and slice it to make boneless pork chops, and you could do all kinds of things. Hey, I was hoping you would come join me because you're available and you eat meat.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I have some tips to share with you too. So I'm gonna let him do some things while I'm doing some things. I'm gonna let you pack this pork loin dry, just best you can, then wash your hands. Can I have a cutting board for the onions? Here's a tip. I always put a towel underneath my cutting board when I'm cutting things, or I also put it under a bowl when I'm mixing things up because it keeps the bowl from moving all over the counter. So what I'm doing here is just slicing some onions. I'm actually making this recipe up as we go along. Throw that away, wash your hands. I'm kind of picky about getting the raw, not cross-contaminating or getting the raw meat stuff everywhere. So I'm just gonna slice up this onion. I'd love to make a little tip video to show you how to chop an onion safely, but we'll do that on another video.
It makes me think of restaurants. Employees must wash their hands before they can come back to work.
This is true. Are you my employee? All right, let's talk about, why don't you tell them about the foil and us buying it and the date and all that jazz, if you want to. You want to do that? And then I've already got a piece cut for our pan. I'm using this Pampered Chef stoneware, which I love. So that's great. Oh, here's another meat eater. Do you love meat?
Yes.
Do you love barbecue pork loin?
Yes.
Will you eat it tonight?
Yes.
This is our number 3 son.
Yes. So.
That just graduated this past spring from
Oh,
high
we
school.
talked about him in the last video, so we'll link it.
Yeah.
We talked about your graduation party, and I made all the hash brown casseroles and all that. Because we're going to have hash brown casserole with this barbecue pork loin tonight.
Did you
So,
tell them to go watch that video?
I did, but I don't know which corner it's in. So go watch the video. It is in that one? Okay. This is the son who encouraged me to start a YouTube channel. Us.
Actually, it would be this. Because you're doing the camera backwards.
This is the
In one of
son
the corners.
who encouraged us to start YouTubing. Thank you. He is an Amazon seller. You can find his products on Amazon and buy them.
One product.
One product. All right, so back to our foil. Mr. Patient's going to talk to you about that in 1 second, if you don't mind.
So from a foil, and we also do it on plastic wrap. We don't buy the expensive foil and wrap at the grocery store. We buy in bulk from, did I tell who?
Yeah, I mean,
from Gordon Food Service, GFS, because it's a heavier weight. Plus, this roll right here, we always write the date on it when we started using it. And this one, you can see right there, we started using this in December of 2015.
And we use it a lot.
And we use it a lot, and we're still using it. This is 18 inches wide and 500 feet long. So we've been using this in a few months, it'll be 2 years, and we still have this one roll.
Now I can't tell the cost, but I can certainly say it's probably much cheaper, and you're not running out of foil with the little chintzy little things and having to
and it
not
doesn't,
have foil.
It's thick. It doesn't
Yeah,
rip as easy.
that's the heavy duty one.
Because one of the things we do is a lot of the baking we do with Friday night pizza and movie nights, we'll put the foil on the pan to cook our pizzas so that we just wad the foil up, throw it in the trash, and we have easy cleanup.
Or you can recycle it if you have recycling in your area. All right, so you know, that's just a tip to buy in bulk like that. A lot of times in the past when I've bought in bulk from Costco or Sam's Club or any of those type places, well, I've never been to Costco, Sam's Club, back in the way past, you know, when you buy, it's not helpful to buy in bulk of something you're going to consume, say Cheetos, which we don't eat, but that's the first thing I thought
Cheetos?
of.
Where did,
well, I mean, well, I'm just saying you're not
come
going to.
from?
Sometimes people buy things in bulk, but they consume it faster, not meaning to. Well, you're not going to consume foil faster. We don't eat Cheetos. That just popped into my brain.
Oh, that was funny. Where did that come from?
I don't know. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Like
Can
I said,
we
I'm
buy
making.
sausages in bulk?
Oh, gross. And we eat. That's not even. That's a non-food. All right. So look, I'm just going to score this. Okay, so I'm going to ask Mr. Patient here to put my sliced onions in the stoneware lined with foil, and then if you'll rub this dry rub. Now, this can be whatever you choose. You can get them in the store, different dry rubs. This is just a mixture or something I threw together that I had for French fries a while back. White pepper, Himalayan sea salt, garlic powder, and paprika. So if you want to use that combination, that's fine, or you can make your own or buy some in the store. So if you'll just rub that on both sides, after you put it, or put your bed of onions and then rub that on both sides. Now he's going to put the meat in the pan, fat side up, and just, if you can't remember fat side up or down, you can remember why. Because the fat is going to cook down into the meat and make it juicier and more tender and flavorsome. So fat side of any meat, whether you're doing a ham or pork loin or a roast that's got a big layer of fat, or you know, anything like that, fat side up so it will melt down into the meat. So if you can do that, that would be great. So onions, dry rub, fat side up.
Got it.
Well, thank you. We've got our meat sitting on a bed of onions for flavor. You could also put the onions on top, or both. That's fine. A little trick that my friend Tammy, whom we've known for a long time, taught me how to cook ribs. And she taught me to put butter when I was cooking the ribs. So I'm going to kind of mimic that by putting... I'm going to kind of do that by putting pats of butter on top here. I think it'll be extra helpful here because the pork loin has less fat than ribs would. So I did about a half a stick. So there's that. Heritage item here too, by the way. We got that in Berea, Kentucky. And I love this. I threw away my little refrigerator butter thing that comes in the refrigerator, butter tray, and we got this, and I absolutely love it. I think Mr. Patient could make some of these as he's learning to wood carve, don't y'all? I think he could. All right, so we're using a couple of barbecue sauces today. You could use your choice. You could make homemade, but as I said at the beginning of the video, this is about using what I've got with the piece of meat that was on sale. We got this from a local barbecue place. It was really good, so I'm gonna let you in a minute pour that on. And then this, I've been saving this for something special. This came from my friend Elise, when we visited her, and if you follow us on Instagram, you're going to know that we visited Elise when we were out west in August. And she was my very first Instagram friend to visit, because I'm on a mission to meet the people that I follow. Otherwise, I wouldn't be following them if I didn't want to meet them. So she was my very first friend to follow, and she's very dear to me and to our family. But she blessed us with this Head Country barbecue sauce, and I think it's made, it says in Oklahoma, so it's local to her state at least. I don't know about the area because I'm not familiar with that, but this is what we're using, and we're going to use all of it. I'm so sad to say, you can see that I've used some and it's absolutely delicious, but I can't keep it forever, although I want to remember her gift. But here's to you, Elise, and I wish you could come and sit down. I know you're a vegetarian, but you could eat our hash brown casserole and green beans that we're going to have with our pork loin tonight. So we're going to just pour these two on here slowly, because I do want them to want the sauce to kind of seep down into our scores that we made in our meat. So
do you want something to open your scores?
No, I thought about that, but no, it's okay. We're going to wrap it up really well. It's going to be okay. Okay, so we've poured all this on here, and we've decided we don't think we need any more sauce. So that's really good in the fact that this way we can have a true understanding of what this special sauce tastes like, because we're not going to use this leftover sauce from the local barbecue place. So we'll have that for another use. One of our sons likes to use it to make his barbecue chicken pizza, buffalo chicken pizza, so we won't need that. So, and you know what? I'm cheap. Frugal. Some people will laugh, but I don't want to waste it. Put a little water in there and shake it up. It's not going, now I'm not going to pour it on top because it will dilute what we've done, but I'm going to pour it around the edge, and my people are going to be thankful I did, because they have more sauce to dip. You can recycle that too if you have a recycle place at your place where you live. All right, so we're gonna cover this up. You know what I want to do? I put the foil up already, but I'm gonna get another piece to put on top, and we're gonna crimp it together, and we're going to make a little tent.
Okay.
If you can put the sauce up. Okay, we're coming together here and having another piece of foil. Just kind of crimp it. I was thinking when I was getting the foil, you know, you could use all kinds of things to do this. You know, if you have hard cider, if you have a bottle of beer, you know, that would make a good flavor. You know, beer is good to buy even if you're not a drinker. If you don't have a problem buying it in the store, it's great to make your pizza dough. It makes a really crusty, yeasty, really good pizza dough. And so it's great to cook with if you're not opposed to buying it in the store, and if you are, that's fine too. We're good with that. So you could use all kinds of things. Use what you've got. That's what I'm trying to encourage you to do. And if you say you don't have a clue how to do that, well, just start. Just start trying to figure out, read recipes, get on Pinterest. You know, I have a Pinterest account, Heritage Ways, and I've got a lot of things pinned, and they're pinned for my use because I didn't pin it necessarily as a social media outlet. But anyway, I've got a lot of things on there that I do or hope to do or think are great to do. So try that. Just read recipes. So we're gonna bake this. I'm gonna do it at 250. So what time is it? It's I'm gonna do it at 250 for 4 hours. We're gonna see what happens. So you're gonna come back. If you stay with us, you're gonna find out what it turned out to look like. Here we are. We've got our meat cooked, our barbecue pork loin. So let's see how it turned out. We haven't opened it before doing so for y'all.
It's hot.
Ooh, it is hot. I did it for $250 for 2 hours and $350 for 2 more hours.
So it looks good.
Yeah, it does. It's gonna fall apart. Look at that. Can you? There we go.
Yeah, it's just.
Tender.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at that. Now you could shred it and you could leave it there in the sauce. Let it soak up the sauce. You could do that before you serve it, or you can just serve it on the table just like that, just like we've done. Barbecue pork loin, using the meat that was on sale and the rest of the ingredients that we had. Thanks y'all for watching.
So if you like this video, don't forget to like it with the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Heritage Ways.